With less than 2 months until the release of Pokemon Legends ZA, and now Megas being finally revealed, Megas, I figured it was about time I did my one video covering a new Pokemon game that's gonna come out, and then never coming back to do a second one. Up until around this summer, we really only got 2 trailers for Pokemon Legends ZA, but now they're dropping more of them finally. So I wanted to use this video for some of my story predictions. That and also some of my mega predictions, and some other questions I have for this game. If it sounds like I am recording this in a garage, I am. You can tell I'm super serious about this video because I made custom graphics. Whoa. So I don't have the trailer list open with me right now, but from what I remember, we got the first Legends ZA trailer last year, and it was the only trailer last year, showing off, you know, Lumio City. Then this year we finally got the starters reveal, and a Megas return and all that stuff. Then I believe it was this summer that we got our first Mega reveal, which everybody loved. Along with that, with the trailers, we've been shown that wild Mega Pokemon are going to exist in this game, which is insane. The battle mechanics are different. There's the Rust Syndicate with this guy. And in the last few weeks, we got a few more Mega reveals. Also, we've been shown Zygarde! So for some of my story predictions. Originally, when Legends ZA was first revealed, I figured because it was a Legends game, I thought it'd be in the past. But no, it's in the future, which is interesting, because it does technically make this an X and Y sequel. Which, I mean, it's, you know, it's Pokemon Z. Also, technically isn't, because it only takes place in Lumio City, so it's not technically that's a truck. It only takes place in Lumio City, so it's technically not a proper sequel, but eh. Obviously, this game's gonna heavily focus on Zygarde, which is why I'm really excited for it. I think what I'm really hoping for is I really hope that there's some sort of cutscene where Xerneas, Yveltal, and Zygarde are all fighting against each other. I think that'd be really cool. I was also kind of wondering if, I know in Legends Arceus, after you beat the game, not like I'd know, you can find all the mythical Pokemon throughout the game, like Darkrai and Shaman and stuff. If you had other Pokemon games, like you could get Shaman if you had Sword or Shield. I'm curious to see if that's what they do here with all the mythical Pokemon. I hope they do something really interesting with Hoopa. Like, one thing I feel like this game we're not sure about yet is if every Mega is returning. And so, are we going to see Mega Rayquaza? And it'd be really interesting if the way you could get, like, the other legendary Megas and stuff, and maybe Primal Groudon or Primal Kyogre, is through Hoopa. Hoopa does the whole movie thing, brings him over here. There's a lot you could do with Hoopa. That remains to be seen so far. Also, if Volcanian's in this game, then this will be the first KALOS game that Volcanian's in. Because you couldn't get him in X and Y, I believe. I think one of my big story predictions with this game is that Clement and Bonnie are going to actually have a big role here. Because Clement was the gym leader in Lumio City and X and Y and stuff. And based on how long of a time skip this is, with you see Emma as a detective here, I think that's what her name was, I don't have the trailer up right now. Where she was probably around a teenager in X and Y, and here she's an adult who's probably not over 30. That's probably, at the most, this is probably a 15-year gap. So, Bonnie and Clement could still be here, and I think they're probably going to be around somewhere. Another thing I'm really interested in is, because you see AZ here, I think it's pretty clear that this is supposed to be the exact timeline as the original X and Y games. So, Kalaman or Serena would be the champion, technically. And I'm really interested to see if they do like a Red and Alola thing, and you can fight them in this game. Who knows? Anyways, enough about the story predictions. Time for the main point of this video. The Megas. So far with new Megas, we've been shown Dragonite, Victory Bell, and Hawlucha. Now with Mega Hawlucha being here, it's pretty clear that we're going to get new Megas for more of the later generation Pokemon, which is good. Great, fantastic. They're not all going to be Kanto. I think this is 2 out of 3 so far. I don't think, because we haven't even seen any Alola Pokemon, I don't think any regions past KALOS are going to have any Megas in this game. I mean, based on any rumors or leaks, but we're not getting into any leaks. I am not looking at leaks. But anyway, I don't think any regions past KALOS are going to get any Megas in this game. I don't even know if any Pokemon past KALOS are going to be in this game. Of course, you do see in the Rest Syndicate boss's place a King Gamut statue, but this could very well just be like, there's a gallery, oh my gosh. There was a Galarian Wheezing building part in Hisui. And Wheezing wasn't in that game at all. So, it could just be a statue. I'm also a little bit confused by this guy. Like, show him the Arbok, and then there's Steelix on the wall, and then he's got the King Gamut statue. You feel like he's more of a Steel type trainer, but then he's got Poison. I mean, I guess it's Rust Syndicate, so like Steel Rust, I guess. I don't know. As for my opinions on the Megas so far, I think Hawlucha's good. I think Victory Bell is pretty good. I think the only problem I have with Victory Bell is I feel like this design on its stomach should be somewhat different rather than just looking like regular Victory Bell. But that's fine. And then Dragonite. Dragonite's never been like a favorite Pokemon of mine, so I can't really go and like completely criticize it or anything. I get the whole trying to make it look like Dragonair thing. I think it's interesting. The problem is Dragonair is a snake-like Pokemon with only one pair of wings on its head. And also they get bigger when it flies, I think. Whereas Dragonite already has wings and is this big bulky dragon Pokemon. So you give him head wings and then don't do anything with back wings. It's like, I think the easy way you could fix this is just give him big back wings. Make his back wings like big Dragonite wings, and then give him smaller head wings if you want to. I think that would have fixed him up pretty well. I feel like the whole making him a pseudo-legendary that's not a giant threat when it Mega Evolves makes sense on its Pokédex entries. Like, I think that's fine stuff. I think it's a fine way to have gone with him. It's just the head wings are goofy. Anyways, one thing I was thinking about with Megas is I don't know how many they're going to add. I don't know if there's going to be a whole lot or not. But I assume at the very least, there's going to be one of every type. And so I decided to make a list of Pokemon that I predicted would Mega Evolve based on giving each type about 1-2 Megas, I think. And that should be right here. So with this list, I focused on Unova and KALOS Pokemon I thought would Mega Evolve, rather than any of the before regions. Because, you know, Unova and KALOS only got 1 Mega. So I would hope that they pick the most from here, and not Kanto. Johto and Sinnoh didn't really get any Megas either. It's really only KALOS and Hoenn. And if I see any more Hoenn Megas, like, is there really any other Pokemon, like, yes, there are Pokemon you can Mega Evolve from Hoenn, but like, please do some Unova ones. I don't necessarily feel like every single one of these is absolutely gonna get a Mega. It was more just choose a Pokemon that had these types from Unova or KALOS that I felt like would have the best chance of being Mega Evolved. I do hope for a Hydreigon Mega. We got Dragonite. Please, Hydreigon. Also from this list, you'll notice in the fighting type, there's a Lucha. Huh. So I actually made this list like 2-3 weeks ago, and didn't get to filming until after the Lucha was revealed. But hey, I got one right. Let's hope I get this video out before any more of them are predicted, and it looks like I'm just copying from what's already been revealed. And I think one of my final questions for this game is, are we gonna get Ash Greninja? I know we got Battle Bond returned in Scarlet Violet, and it's not Ash Greninja. They killed Ash Greninja. But the thing is, Ash Greninja is technically a Mega Pokemon. You know? And so, bringing back one Mega to Scarlet Violet when none of the other ones returned wouldn't really make sense, would it? If you're gonna bring back Ash Greninja, this game would actually make the most sense to return him in. Because, you know, Greninja's from X and Y. Ash Greninja had a big part in the show with Zygarde, with helping it clean up the whatever it was in the show. I don't remember what it was called. And even in Alola, Ash Greninja and Zygarde 100% form were both added. Both of them weren't in X and Y, but then they were both added into Sun and Moon. So, unless they're doing Megas for the KALOS starters, which I don't know if they do Megas for the KALOS starters. Like I put in my Mega prediction list, and what a lot of people probably think is the starters you're choosing are going to get Megas, which makes sense. I don't think we're going to get any KALOS forms for any Pokemon, especially with the fact that Paldea really only had 2 Paldean forms, and they're mostly focused on new evolutions. So it feels like they're just trying to get away from regional forms. So I think it's more likely for Megas to be added for the starters that you choose. I don't know if the KALOS ones will get Megas, but I do hope Ash Greninja returns.
It's your fault. It's all your fault. It's your fault. It's your fault! Why would you do this to me?
And I think that's it. I think it's all my predictions and stuff. I hope this audio isn't too garbage. If it is, I'm not redoing it. But wait! There's one final question. Will the Ultra Beast return? No, probably not. This isn't Alola. They're not returning. Unless, you see, Zygarde 100% form came in Alola in the games. Why was it in Alola? Maybe to get rid of the Ultra Beasts there. And then why would Zygarde return back now? Maybe Ultra Beasts? Yeah, I don't think I'm returning. And so this has been the monthly Garage Talk with your good friend, insert YouTuber name. Thank you, that's a truck. Thank you for listening. And have a good Thursday. I mean Tuesday. It's Tuesday. It's not Thursday. It's Tuesday. No, wait, it's Wednesday. You don't know what day this is. When is it uploading? Hopefully Saturday.